how can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? And I think that is a powerful truth that he didn't come up with, by the way. All great ideas about marriage originate in the Bible.
That's true. Okay, Michael Bolton is a brilliant man with beautiful hair, but this is actually a biblical concept. And it comes from the book Song of Solomon. And if you have never read this book of the Bible, you are missing out, because it is like the steamiest book of the Bible. And it is all about a husband and a wife sharing the passion they have for each other and chasing after each other. And there is lovemaking in the book of Song of Solomon. And one of my favorite verses is when the wife refers to her husband as my lover and my friend. And I just think that's a beautiful picture of what marriage, the balance that really needs to be in a marriage.
Yeah, and it takes both. And what we've discovered is we've studied God's word, and we looked at our own relationship, and we've worked with couples from all over the world, is that sex and friendship are like two wings on the same bird. And your marriage cannot soar unless it has both. It takes both. And the deeper you grow in that intimacy, that friendship with each other, then also the deeper you're gonna grow in the sexual aspect of your relationship. The sexual part of your relationship, it doesn't happen in a vacuum. It's not just an act. God intended it to be this spiritual, this emotional, this physical connecting, this binding together as one. And we see this all the way back at the very, very beginning with God's original intent for marriage. In Genesis chapter 2, he paints this picture for us.
That's right. He talks about Adam and Eve being naked and unashamed. And it's just this beautiful picture of a husband and a wife having no secrets from each other, right? And they're physically naked, so there's the sexual component there, but there's also no secrets, and there's no shame involved, and there's this beautiful friendship between each other.
And that's still what God intends today. That verse in Genesis chapter 2 that says the man and his wife were naked and without shame. In that one verse, you see both sex and friendship. The physical nakedness obviously representing the sexual intimacy in a marriage. But also nakedness in the Bible represents transparency. It represents trust and vulnerability. It represents not wearing any masks. And they were without shame, which shows the acceptance that they had for one another, the love and the trust and the adoration. That's the friendship part. From the very beginning, this was God's design. And we're convinced that the best marriages are between best friends.
That's right.
And if you want to have a better marriage, invest in your friendship with your spouse. And here's the part we don't talk about enough. If you want to have a better sex life, invest in your friendship with your spouse.
This year, the XO Marriage Conference is coming to a city near you. The XO Tour is a one-of-a-kind live marriage conference, bringing couples together in venues across the country.
The greatest marriages come from two people who just go through it together and come out on the other side, and they win.
Hear Jimmy Evans and many other remarkable speakers communicate on how to have a thriving, healthy marriage. Find an XO Tour location near you and come together with other couples as we unite to strengthen families and start something new in your marriage.
Even in the midst of something that you thought, I don't know if we're gonna make it through this, when you come together and you lean on God together and you refuse to give up, He can do the miraculous.
Experience why so many couples call the XO Tour an unforgettable investment for their marriage. We believe that your family has a bright future. For more information and to register at a city near you, visit xomarriage.com/tour.